Hey everyone out there, welcome back to another episode of Uncensored Solar TV, brought to you by my amazing team here at Solar Wolf Energy. And we're talking today about battery placement in your home, residential applications. Commercially, good luck. It's like Yahtzee, right? Throw it wherever you want. But residentially speaking, it's apparent that building board regulations and building committees and building commissioners alike around the country are starting to put some thought into this and some foresight. So what I have for you guys is kind of peeling back the layers and speaking with some building inspectors and some commissioners, and I have some very intelligent and highly placed friends in construction, and I've been picking their brains, and I have a little bit of what I can bring to you guys, and that is this. So it looks like in some states we're looking at making it mandatory to put a battery, the placement for it will be required to be in a garage. Now this is where it's going to get a little strange, because not every house has a garage, right? Those of you who do, they will be in the garage. Something else that we're looking at, I guess, doing here is if you go down to your furnace in your basement, you have that looks like a little sprinkler head, the little heat detector, those as well might be required very, very soon. Now, obviously, electrical codes every 36 months, you guys know. You guys who sling the wires, you know that every 3 years you gotta renew your licenses, whatever, in some states more or less, whatever, but the NEC is traditionally every 3 years. And with that said, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next edition of that, there is gonna be far more particulars on energy storage, battery behavior, and all this other stuff. It's gonna be in there for the reason of safety. The NFPA, something else to consider. National Fire Protection Agency for our boys and our girls who wear the coats and who keep us safe, protect us with all things emergency hazards, fires and whatnot. They're gonna have a say, as they should, as well as, like I said, building commissioners and whatnot. So on the whole, we're looking at garage placement. Potentially maybe if you can't, maybe there'll be some kind of guideline or ruling or whatever, where if you're able to put it in a basement or what have you. But something else I'm hearing, and this is where Generac is going to potentially take some market share, is if this becomes a rule, a hard standing rule where you have to put it in a garage and you don't have a garage, you will be putting this outside. Now, those of you in Tennessee, South Carolina, Generac has a pretty good option for you. They have an outdoor rated battery. Now, I believe it goes down to about 14 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's what it's rated for on a consistent basis. So, like I said, South Carolina, Georgia, obviously I know sometimes it snows down there. I mean, we just had snow in Texas, so things are weird, but generally speaking, day to day, year after year, you're going to be good with an insulated cabinet. Now, those of us in the Northeast and the upper half of the hemisphere of the country, we might have some problems with this. Again, I think if we can make some kind of workaround where if we're able to put these things in a basement, if we have a basement, what we don't want to do is put these things in bathrooms or in living rooms or whatnot. Now, going back a minute, I know that Sonnen, if I remember right, 2 or 3 years ago, Sonnen had an ad campaign where they showed the battery in a living room. I'll say this, Sonnen, much like Apple, does spend a disproportionate amount of time, I believe, on making their product look good. Obviously, we know Sonnen is a phenomenal battery system. But let's be completely honest, I don't think there's too many people trying to have this thing in their living room or the dining room or a bedroom or in a closet. I feel like it's utilitarian, right? It's a battery. You wouldn't want to have your water heater in your living room, right? So that said, you have the battery, and if you can have it in a garage, check, cool, right? I would say probably the next best bet would be a dry basement. And again, what we're going to have is some kind of communication between those in the battery space and those who are concerned about the end consumer's health and safety, the fire departments, the building departments, the electrical departments. Remember, these people are here to keep us safe and to make sure that contractors come into our homes and do what they're supposed to do by the book and keep us protected. So I feel like those of us in construction probably don't tip our hats enough to the building commissioners, building inspectors, wiring inspectors, fire departments. I feel like a lot of us in construction actually complain about these people and don't give enough thanks. And this is maybe an opportunity for us here at Solar Wolf Energy and Solar TV to those individuals to say thank you and for doing that for our customers. Because if you're in business and you're doing things correctly, you don't have to worry about what the wiring inspector is going to do or the fire department's going to do, because you did it to code anyway. Makes sense, right? So, again, recap, we're looking at the garage space, a heat detector possibly. I mean, we could go as far as maybe a small chem system where you have like a fire extinguisher or something mounted on the wall next to a battery, hard piped over a heat detector. So if there's a problem, it disperses. This is something we might be looking at. These are the things that we're talking about. Thanks for those of you who joined us for another episode of Uncensored Solar TV, brought to you by my amazing team here, Solar Wolf Energy. Thanks.